Why did the mod have to screw up earlier? I'm still wondering how it took us almost an hour the first time round. Okay, now is actually probably when I should start upgrading health.
One more Krabby Patty with extra manliness, please. One for the boys back home.
So I gotta ask, because I see people like just actually not do this. Why do people not upgrade the bash? Because I've seen people say it takes too long, but like, you can just press it again and it instantly blows up. Like yeah, you gotta press it again at the same time though. That's like what? 0.2 seconds? Like, that takes, like, no time at all. Like, for speedrunning, no, you don't want to do it, because that's time you'll lose, but, like, I know people who play the game casually, actively choose not to upgrade it, and I'm like, why? Like, all you're doing is making the game harder for yourself. Like, what, you don't have the 0.2 seconds to spare? Like, don't make me laugh, Johnny. Oh yeah, hold on, let me go back. So yeah, here's the visual change for this level. It's lava. It's no longer water, it's lava with lava bombs. All the boiling ragu. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Another difference between GameCube and all the other versions, this render distance, good god. And notice how it's not even everything, it's just that stuff. The manliness points in the crates, oh they can stay, but level shit, nope. Good god, the game should have just had fog. If they wanted to hide that stuff. Because that's embarrassing. Like, that is actually embarrassing. Like, I wish I could make Xbox and PS2 versions of these mods, specifically PS2, since apparently, yes, it actually just is objectively the better version. Oh yeah, I forgot. No! My 10 point! No! Eh! Yay! Oh shit, I forgot about that! Good thing I have magnetic pickup on. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I wish I could make Xbox and PS2 versions of Encore and DX, but Xbox is technically possible. It's just a lot of effort I don't want to go through. Because, like, I tried recreating the first combat challenge from DX on Xbox, and it, like, instantly crashed, and I think it has something to do with sound. So, basically, no sound changes would be made Xbox, and the same will apply to PS2, if I ever get to that. Because, ladies and gentlemen, there's a reason why there are no PS2 mods. There's very much a reason for it. And yeah, for those who have somehow never seen the trailer, SpongeBobs are not a thing anymore. Instead, they have been replaced with slide challenges, where you play as good old Pat Rick. Oh no, Ethan, we knew the Xbox version, at least, was the better version, but I had no idea PS2 was objectively the better version. Because I just assumed, oh, PS2 herder must be the worst version. But, like, no, like, that's the version I'm playing for the updated no music footage, and it is unironically the best version of the game. Like, the only thing I don't like is the messed up bloom, but even then, I actually fixed that. The only thing that's, like, wrong with the bloom, and I'm actually going to activate my mouse cursor real quick to show what I'm talking about. The only thing about the bloom on PCSX2 I don't like is sometimes, and this is really only like in Thug Tag, I want to say, or actually definitely Trench. The edges of the screen here will occasionally have... Why is my cursor not showing up? Okay, hold on. Let me turn on display. Let's see here. Oh, I died. Awesome. The only thing I don't like about emulating the PS2 version is in some levels, if you pause the game or leave the level or die, the edges of the screen will have burned-in bloom, and there is a time... There's one occurrence in the updated footage of that happening, and I genuinely find it annoying. Because there's actually no way of fixing it other than leaving the game. What inspired me to make the Star Slide challenges? Very simple explanation. The original goal for SpongeBob in Encore was to have the courses be mirrored, because that's what I was doing with Floating Block. But then I realized mirroring the SpongeBob challenges would be way, way too much effort. Because it wasn't like the floating blocks where I could have just inverted X value. I would have had to, like, full-on flip objects and place them precisely. Like, it just wasn't worth it. But then I thought, well, then that means only one challenge got changed. So, simply put, I turned those challenges into slide challenges, and I made Patrick playable in those. And I switched floating blocks to be played as SpongeBob. And that's how the Earth was made. Come on, buddy. Okay, time for a funny glitch. Alright, this is another case of me signaling that you have all your moves. Time for a funny glitch. So here's what's happening here. These platforms are always here. Their visibility is turned off, though. There's a way to make it to where the platforms aren't here. It's by turning the collision visibility off. But for some reason, they just did not do that. And there's an instance exactly like this in BFBB. The button that activates that one side challenge that goes behind the giant sandcastle, that button is always there. Like, you actually do not have to pay for the clam that makes the button appear, because the button is always there. And you can even throw a throw fruit at it and it will work. Meaning there's actually no reason to pay that clam. Oh, I just realized the pop-up windows vanished. I think that's what was screwing up OBS that previous time, was the chat window not being there. I also fixed and restored missing sound effects. Ethan! Ethan! No! No, Ethan, shut up! You joke about that, Ethan. You joke about that. It's coming out this Halloween. Or, that's Seal's plan anyway. The BFBD compilation has, like, made genuinely amazing progress. And he's intending on releasing a PC port this Halloween for BFB's 20th anniversary. And going back to what Akira was saying, so for those who don't know, the robot laughs and fireworks when you collect socks and spatulas, they're not in the GameCube version because they did not port the sounds over. Well, correction, they are there to my knowledge, but, like, they're empty. And, some mods lately have restored those. Meanwhile, I'm left wondering why didn't they just port them over. Hey, Koopa, what is the worst season of SpongeBob? Buddy, I'm not the guy to ask. I am not the person to ask what's the worst season because I grew up on modern SpongeBob. Yeah, I had original SpongeBob alongside me, but original SpongeBob was not the focus on Nickelodeon when I was a child. I definitely had original SpongeBob DVDs, but again, that's not what was being aired on Nick at the time. So yeah, I'm like not the worst person to ask. I'm not the person to ask about that. The FBB 3DS port, I don't see it happening, honestly. It technically would be possible since, you know, it'll be a decomp. But I don't see it happening. Like, I actually do not see that happening anytime soon. Because of the fact, first of all, if one is to be made, it would have to be exclusive to new 3DS, which is perfectly fine. You know, there's plenty of, you know, homebrew ports that are exclusive to new 3DS. I think Sonic Mania is one of them. But yeah, I don't see I'd love a 3DS port of BFBB. Because I bring my 3DS out in public more than I do my Switch, and hot take here, Rehydrated on Switch, undocked, is ironically really good. Like, I've had no issues playing that game undocked. Keep in mind that's after the final update, so don't quote me on that. Like, I'd love to have a 3DS port, because then I could possibly, like, play BFBB Mix on the go without buying an Android phone or a Steam Deck. Because, yeah, for those who don't know, I still don't have a Steam Deck. I honestly don't intend on getting one, ever. Not because I don't want a Steam Deck, I do. But, like, there's so much setup I need to do for, like, half the shit I want to play on it. And I've heard it's really easy to do, but, like, I already hate setting up emulators on my desktop. I'm not going to enjoy it anymore on a, I'm not going to enjoy it anymore on the Steam Deck. That, and, like, I gotta add shit just to make some of my games, like, apparently Sonic CD just does not boot at all on the Steam Deck. That, and, like, I don't really go like, yeah, I go to college. But, like, this particular semester, I've had, like, no free time. Because I'm not at the college as long as I was last semester. Last semester, I was at the college for, like, 12 hours a day. Now I'm only there for, like, a few. Also, another change about the floating blocks, other than them being mirrored, is the first two are sped up. The third one is not, and that led to me doing something for the update that you will see this part. That you will see today. How so? What are you asking how so for? God damn, the same fucking spot. Yeah, clarify what you're asking how so on. Like, are you asking why it would have to be... Are you asking why a port would have to be new 3DS exclusive? I'm only going to answer that if that's actually what you're asking. Okay, we're just going to ignore that. Oh, God. Go, Bob, go! Accurate, you also turn down the loud buzzing from Sandy Stream. Yeah, that's another thing about the GameCube version of BFBB I don't like, which, by the way, is what the decomp is being based on. Before I continue, random change here. I got the time to stop and show. These bubble blocks, apparently, the bubble blocks and the ice blocks do not have the correct textures. They were accidentally switched during development. About the BFB Switch port being good? Well, here's the thing. It's not when it's docked. But when you're on the go, undocked, it's perfectly fine. It's still not great by any means necessary. It is still an unoptimized Unreal Engine game on Switch. But like on the go, undocked, it's perfectly fine. Like, you guys gotta remember, I'm not overly critical about how games run. Like, I don't care if textures in one area are blurry on hardware that is not as advanced as other things. Like, I don't care about that shit. I just care about whether or not I can play the fucking game. And BFBB Rehydrated on Switch, I can play the game. And to me, that's really all that matters. And I don't care how it looks anyway, considering I have the PC version. Like, I don't play the Switch version here at the house. I play the Switch version on the go. Because it's easier than digging out my laptop. Okay. Like, here at the house, if I'm playing Rehydrated, yeah, I am playing the PC version. Now, of course, if I get a Steam Deck, then that will change. But like I said, I don't intend on getting one. Simply put, if you want one that's actually worth a damn, it's way too much money. Like, the bare minimum one is like, what, $300? $500? And you get, like, nothing. You get only the deck and you get a piss-poor amount of storage. Like, if you want a deck that's actually worth a damn, you're spending so much money. Cosmic Shake has some janky yeah, I'm not getting the Switch version of Cosmic Shake ever. I've seen footage of that. That's unbearable. Like, that's, like, I know I literally just said I don't care how bad it looks. I just want to be able to play it. Frame rate is the only exception to that. I do care about frame rate. If there's a... Apparently I just downloaded something on Opera. Or it's an old thing. Oh shit, I just realized that's gonna show up on OBS. Oops. Yeah, it was just an old thing.
That's my favorite line ever.
Yeah, like, frame rate is where I do care. I love my Steam Deck, so worth it. Again, you know what? If someone ever gifts it to me, I won't question it. I'll use it then. I just don't want to buy it. First of all, I don't even have the money now anymore. I've wasted my college grant on, like, thrift store junk. And I had more than enough money. Like, I think I had just enough money to get one that's worth it. But, like, if I want to get the cheap one, I gotta buy, like, a really big micro SD, and those alone cost so much money. Like, it's ridiculous. And I'm thinking to myself, why does a portable computer, the cheapest version, have, like, what, 20 gigabytes? I can't even install Sonic Frontiers on that. And again, just the fact that some games just straight up don't work. Like, to me, that's inexcusable. And I don't mean emulators. I expect some emulators not to work on a brand new system that's built off of Linux. But the fact not every Steam game works out of the box, that's disgraceful in my eyes. Like, that is actually a horrible con about getting the deck. Have you tried any Wario games? My first Wario game was Get It Together, and I loved it. It ended up making me buy WarioWare Gold. And in terms of the two WarioWare games, I'm honestly stuck on which one is the better one. Because on one hand, I love the fact Gold has actual voice acting. On the other, oh no! You guys murdered me. On the other, I think Get It Together is such a good game. So will the next stream be my Halloween mod? Yeah, your Halloween mod demo will be in the next stream. I've played a little of the original WarioWare. It's alright. I think I've been spoiled by the newer games, though. And those are the only ones I've played. I technically have owned Do It Yourself. Like, I technically owned it at some point. I have Shake It. That's a Wario Land game. That's not a WarioWare game. That's a Wario Land game. Oh, wait. Am I wrong about that? Am I wrong about that? I actually don't know now. I am hoping the decomp will have huge leaps in my... Oh, it will. It absolutely will. Yeah, that's typically how decomps work. They always allow more modding potential. Shit, just look at the Sonic 1 and 2 decomps. Or like Sonic 3 Air. Which, to be fair, 3 Air is not a decomp. 3 Air just has its source code open. But, like, supposedly we're supposed to be getting, like, really great Sonic Mania mods, and... Because, you know, that got decomped not too long ago. Haven't really seen anything about that one in particular. But, like, I've seen some of the Sonic 1 and 2 mods. They're great. Hell, the decomps are, like, the only reason we even have, like, Sonic 1 Forever or Sonic 2 Absolute. The smallest model is 64 gigabytes, which leaves you with 40 gigs when all is said and done. A 256 SD card is 30 bucks? Really? What brand? And yeah, I know it runs most games, but like, I don't want to add, like, I feel like for a product that advertises it to be essentially a portable computer, I just don't like the fact that it can't play every game at all. Because again, Sonic CD just straight up doesn't boot. You need to get Proton, I'm pretty sure. And I have heard installing Proton's like piss easy, considering the deck does have a browser mode. And if it really bothers you, whoa, shit! I thought I fell off for a second. And if it really bothers you, the Steam Deck can run Windows like any computer. I know the deck can run Windows, and I'll get used to Linux if I get to it. I just don't like the fact I have to put shit on there to run every game. That's my problem. And like, if you go to the compatibility website, here's the other thing. I know if it says it's not compatible, that doesn't mean it's not compatible. I know that. Because I've heard people say Team Sonic Racing is not in the compatibility list. Yet it runs flawlessly. Like without Proton. SanDisk? Really? 256 gig micro SD card. SanDisk. For 30 bucks. Wow, they must have gotten cheaper lately. That's wild. That's the first time I'm hearing about anything SanDisk really being, with that many gigs, being that cheap. Yeah, I'll definitely have to remember that. Proton is part of Steam. Wait, what the fuck? That's the first time I'm hearing about this. I thought Proton was like a separate app you had to get. Yeah, that shows you how uneducated I really am with this sort of shit. So Proton's just part of Steam. Okay. So what that sounds like to me is I wouldn't have to do much, if any at all, set up to get X Games working. Okay, well, that might have changed my mind a little. And I know when I do get to, if I do get to getting a deck, I won't have to, like, install Dolphin in such a weird way, since that is coming to Steam. I'll think about it. Let's just say that right now. I'll think about it. Obviously, I need to get the money.
Here's your reward.
What model should I get if I do end up getting it?
Our heroes, having foiled Plankton's evil plans,
You have to get the key to the paddy wagon back.
God dang, it's 2 o'clock and we just
paddy
now
wagon's
got to Thug Tug. Where were we on the DX stream by 2 o'clock? Weren't we, like, already halfway through the game?
You guys took a while going down the slide the last time.
Be like, I'll definitely consider getting a deck. I just need the money, and I can tell you one thing right now, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to put XMU on it. Because, first of all, Xbox emulation is just not perfect right now, as it is. And, like, XMU, even on my beast of a computer, lags occasionally. That's actually how I was going to record Movie, because there's, like, a build of XMU specifically designed for BFBB that has, like, fixed shadows, and it also works with Movie. But the cost of doing that with Movie is you lose FMVs. Hey Koopa, have you tried Lego game modding? Technically, yes. That's a big technically. As you all know, if you're longtime fans of the channel, some of my first ever mods were music mods. And I made one for LEGO Star Wars The Complete Saga, which aimed to be like a way to play the game without having to worry about copyright. Because it was pretty much just all the songs I used in my music swap of the game, the original one. One that, to my knowledge, is still up, actually. And I was writing down choices for an OG Lego Batman music mod at one point. That's all gone, though. Like, that's all completely gone. Oh, Lord.
Well, that was different.
And I made an Indiana Jones 2 one at some point, but that's also completely gone. EmuDeck, for the most part, automates all the emulators. Okay, awesome. And 250G is the best middle ground. But if money is desperate, the 64 gig model is workable, as long as you have an SD card at some point. Okay, well, I'm probably going to get the 64 gig one. Because that, alongside an SD card that big, that's probably all I'm really going to need. Because, like, I have a 2 terabyte hard drive right now for my computer. It's an external one. A good chunk of it is taken up by games, but it's definitely not a majority of it. In fact, a majority of the space that I've taken up is, like, videos I've done, or all my music, because fun fact, I have over 200 gigabytes of music on my computer. Like, I'm pretty sure that's an entire fourth of my hard drive. It's ridiculous. How do, I don't know if anyone's tried it yet. How do fan games work on the Steam Deck? Like exe files. How do those work?
Wow, that was fast.
Is that a thing of... Is that, like, another thing involving Proton? Because I haven't seen anyone talk about playing fan games like, Triple Trouble 16-bit on a deck. Or, 3D and 2D. Or, actually, there was just one fan game I found not long ago. Apparently, it's, like, 9 years old. It's called Sonic Rebirth. And it's literally what I've been wanting for Sonic 1. Every time people, like, try to make a remake of Sonic 1, or, like, that one 8-bit remake, what Rebirth does is it takes everything from the 16-bit and 8-bit games, and it gives them 16-bit art style, and it looks gorgeous. It even has, like, CD quality audio. Because all the music's set up through MP3s. I might play that for the channel at some point. Mario fan, I hope it doesn't crash like Movie DX did. Oh, we know why it crashed. It's because I upgraded in the Merv room. Only install what you think you want to play on the deck. You'll be surprised how far you can get. Okay. But, like, back to compatibility, like I was bringing up earlier. I know games that Steam says are not compatible can work perfectly fine. Because, like I mentioned earlier, Team Sonic Racing says it doesn't work, yet it runs flawlessly. Like, without needing anything extra. I'm curious how Mania... I need to go back to the compatibility list and see how Mania runs. Or see if it's, like, compatible at all. Because I'll be a little shocked if that doesn't work. If that works, but CD works. You can set games as non-Steam... Well, I know you can set games as non-Steam games. Because you can do that on desktop Steam. In fact, that's what I've done. And boot them with Proton like any Steam game you normally would. Yeah, I know you can, like, add games to Steam itself. That's how I launch literally everything on my computer. Like, I include Steam Grid folders for these mods for a reason. I'll look into it if I ever get it. Again, that's if I ever get it. I may not get it purely for the fact that I just don't go anywhere. I mean, that might change because the next step in my educational life is a university, and that may be this upcoming semester. Because for those who don't know, this current semester I'm in right now, this is my last semester at community college. For real this time. We made absolutely sure this was going to be my last semester at community college. No fuck-ups this time. But yeah, like, I don't really know what's next. I don't know if I'm going to go for a job next, like a part-time one, or if I'm going straight to university. Either way, I got to learn how to drive. Which I know how. It's more of a matter of I need to get up off my ass and get the damn license. Have I tried the PC version of Movie? Nope, and I never will. I do not care for point and clicks. Like, the day you see me play any of those point and click games to the channel, it's either for an actual April Fool's joke, or I'm dying. One or the other. That's the only time you're going to see me play those point and click games. For an actual April Fool's joke, or if I'm on my deathbed. Other than that, I will never play those legit. You'll download CD to your deck when you get home, and Ethan, do not expect it to work. Because I actually did some research to make sure it wasn't Steam getting the info wrong. And no, apparently, yeah, they're right about it not working. Because people say for normal CD and the decomp, which I kind of expected it from the decomp, but apparently normal CD and the decomp just give you black screen. But I think that also, like, was when the deck came out, so that probably is very outdated.
Great sliding. Here's your reward.
We need to hurry if I want to finish this stream today. By the way, like last time, like with the first beta mod stream, if OBS, if we have internet issues at all at any point, I am recording the stream. And the reason why chat is on OBS today is literally because I do not want chat being lost in case I have to upload this as a recording. And I am actually thinking about just splitting this into parts. Like splitting it piece by piece and uploading it that way. At the same time, though, if the stream goes perfectly fine, then that means, you know, it's already ready to go. No processing needed. Someone keeps walking in the hallway at me, and it's freaking me out. Because I don't know if it's my stepbrother or if it's one of my parents. But I'm really worried if the parents walk in. They know I'm streaming right now, but they have COVID. And I'm like trying really hard to not catch it, because I already had to miss a day of school this week, and it was a day I literally could... It was a day I'm gonna be punished for missing. Not by the teachers, they know I can't... They know I couldn't come, but, like, I'm gonna be really behind on some of the art stuff. So I'm trying to keep my distance as much as possible until quarantine's over, which is... It's actually almost over, to my knowledge. Because, you know, it's 5 days now, as opposed to 2 whole weeks. Unless they change that shit, I don't know. I don't keep up on the COVID stuff. I don't want to, honestly. Are flingers possible in Thug Tug? Yes and no. Because I know what you're asking. You're asking if you can make a Thug Tug flinger. Because technically speaking, you could put any version of any enemy in any level. You can even put bosses in levels. Because in this game, bosses are just enemies. But in terms of like... In terms of like making a model for a Thug Tug flinger, custom models are a little iffy. Minecraft Freak has made some, like he's made a Thug Tug jellyfish, which was literally just a jellyfish with a Thug Tug hat. Like, he just took the Buckethead one and reworked it a little. And he's also made a Buckethead Thug Tug Slammer. But to my knowledge, that particular one, the animation did not work. Because it was technically a brand new model. Meanwhile, the Buckethead Thug Tug Jellyfish thingy was an edited model. So I don't think we're at the point yet of having custom models with animations that actually work. And I mean fully custom models, not simple edited ones. So, you know what? Let's just put that as a maybe. A Thug Tug flinger might be possible, but I don't know for certain. But putting a flinger in the Thug Tug is 100% possible, always has been. Akira, you've had COVID before. So, you know what? I'm going to be cocky and say I'm pretty sure me and my parents here at the house had COVID before the pandemic ever started. Because we got, like, sick. After Thanksgiving of 2019, we looked up to see what we had. We even, like, went to the doctors, and they had no idea what we had. Like, they had actually no clue. And then COVID happens, like, not even a full 2 months later.
I do what I can.
As do I.
Then how about...
It's like, yeah, that shit was here before it was cool. Oh, wait, no, we're done. For a second, I was like, I don't remember a fifth challenge, and then I remembered, oh, wait a minute, no, there is no fifth challenge, we're done!